I did do a microdose journey starting March 2019 through November 2019. So about 9 months. Yeah. And then in November 2019, I had a breakthrough is what people would call it. And just cruising down the road like nothing happened.
Wow. That's really incredible. And this is all self-healing. Hello, welcome back to the Clear Pod. I'm your host, Monica Pina, and I'm here for part 2 with Marisa Morgan, who is an incredible entrepreneur. And in our last episode, we talked about her remarkable, incredible journey to cannabis. It actually just gave me goosebumps even thinking about her adventure, traumatic car accident, and some mental health issues that then brought her to Colorado and then dove into cannabis. So I'd love to talk about, okay, you healed from the car accident. You were in Colorado to deal with some mental health stuff and not be on pharmaceutical drugs that they gave you in Texas, which was not what you wanted. So you're here, you healed, and then what happened?
Okay, is this after the car accident?
After the car accident, and then a very long healing process.
Yes, very long healing process. Of course, we're learning how to take those steps using a cane for about 4 months.
Well, and I'll just back up really quickly. You had mentioned in the last episode, your friend who was in the car at the time of the accident, after you fell off a cliff, she put your arm in an ice box.
Yes.
Because it was like not hanging on anymore.
No, it was, barely attached. And I was losing a lot amounts of blood. So her, I guess, just the flight or fight of thought, is freeze it.
Which is so smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that I would have had the wherewithal to think like, oh, I should freeze this for when the paramedics get here. But you have both arms.
Yeah.
Totally like and use of both.
Mobility.
Amazing. Amazing. You said some loss of feeling, but.
Yeah, but it's just all the nerve damage, of course, with nerve damage. So.
And after that, you said your friend, because of the car accident, she's now in the medical field?
Yes, she's now a surgical tech. So shout out to Danielle.
Yay, Danielle.
Yes,
thank you. Oh my gosh. So, okay. So you healed from almost losing your arm, crushed back, and I'm sure so many
handicap disabled.
Yeah.
You're told, I probably wouldn't. I'm an athlete too, definitely. So being told I wouldn't be able to walk correctly, of course, never run, do any physical activities. So just kind of like, yes, they attached my arm back, but as I was told, it was just kind of going to be raw and kind of had to bring it along with me in places.
And that's not the case at all. No. And it's because of cannabis, do you think?
I mean, that's all I pilled with.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you went through this long healing process, just using cannabis to help heal your body.
Physical pain. Yeah.
Physical pain. And then you were able to use, how were you able to get back in the car and get back on the road?
Yeah, facing that PTSD was not fun.
Yeah.
I definitely took a great amount of time for me to get back in the car. I did do a microdose journey starting March 2019 through November 2019. So about 9 months.
So, and microdose journey. So what is that?
I did microdose with psilocybin.
Okay.
Mushrooms. And yes, I would do it 2 days a week, very small dosage, all the way through November. And then I would find myself just not having that like lingered feeling or presence of being scared or doubting myself, even being in the car.
Yeah.
Sitting in there. Yeah. And then in November 2019, I had a breakthrough is what people would call it. And just cruising down the road like nothing happened.
Wow. That's This is really incredible. And this is all self-healing. How did you decide that you wanted to do microdosing?
Well, at the time, there's been a lot of research of it being used medicinally and being talked about with PTSD and a lot of like our veterans and soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing research myself, and that's just kind of like what led me into it. And I just stayed dedicated to it. It's not something that's just going to work overnight, of course. Definitely stay dedicated to it. And yeah, like I'm here, I'm driving. I'm driving everywhere now, actually.
Yeah. Driving is part of your job now.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about like, what is your job now? What do you do?
Marketing and sales. The brand ambassador and rep for Clear Cannabis Inc.
Yay.
Yes.
Thank you to the Clear for sponsoring this podcast.
Clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And before getting a job with the Clear, I, as a patient, using the product itself and having social medias and platforms that can, connect you to like-minded individuals. And so I would always take photos and videos and tag them. And at the time, I guess they're looking for some help. And yeah, I dived right in, but only in the radius of Colorado Springs because I was still a new driver.
Yeah.
And I was just driving in town still.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. So the Clear found you because of your social media, of you just posting social media about enjoying the Clear. And
I was very open also with talking about an educational way over the product of how it's helping me and what's in it.
Yeah.
And how I use it and how it helps.
Yeah. Well, and the couple times that we've been at events together, I'm always like amazed by your level of knowledge about the products and how you understand exactly like how things work and what's, the minor cannabinoids and all that stuff. So, I mean, you were just a wealth of knowledge. If somebody listening wanted to find you online, if they wanted to follow your social, where would they go?
A Cannabis Mood, A CANNABLISS.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Mood. Yeah. And then you can find that same one too with the underscore at the end. That page I typically use more for like brands.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, that's awesome. And you actually have your own company.
Yes.
That you started.
Brand, A Psychedelic Mood.
And what does Psychedelic Mood do?
A Psychedelic Mood is our mission for us is to normalize all around a natural, to normalize all around a positive mental health conversation and all around natural plant medicines, as including our day-to-day foods we eat.
Right.
As far as like our natural medicines.
And you're living it and you're doing it, and then you are able to help other people as well.
Yes.
That's just beautiful. So it's needed so badly.
Yeah. So of course, like with the brand name Psychedelic Mood, a lot of people think it's all about like psychedelics or tripping, which that isn't the case. Of course, we're all for normalization of all plant medicines. But like the definition itself behind the name is anyone who's facing like an episode, someone who has schizophrenia, someone who lives with psychosis, someone who has a high tense mania episode. They can have out-of-body experiences, hallucination, dissociation. In that state, you're sober without any substance. And a mood state, I call that is a psychedelic mood.
Absolutely.
So that's my mood state. Yeah, whenever like I'm under episode or facing something, and of course, not under the substance of anything, just my sober state. So it's a psychedelic mood. That's where like the name comes from.
Right. So you are available to help other people who have psychedelic mood.
And talk about it. Yes, please talk about it because not alone.
Yeah, no, that's very important. Absolutely. That's great. And so you have psychedelic mood. You do marketing and sales for the Clear.
Yes.
And do you want to talk a little bit about like some of your experiences or what you enjoy doing the most?
Yes. So I absolutely love being in the field with all the people, customers, patients. Um, my main goal, like when I am at work in retail stores, is to solely help customers just find a profile that works for them. It might not be a clear product, but the goal is that they found something.
Right.
So it's easier for them to like shop when they're going to shop again. There's a great amount of people that are confused and lost in the store. Like they have no clue.
Right.
Um,
Is that including people who work there?
that is including people who work there. There's a lot of people that have no clue about a lot of the products. And I myself, as a patient, have been through like a lot of different products and brands. So I just do my best to help educate. Like I guess that's like my goal out here, to really like educate and target. Have people have an understanding over, I say awareness over mindful consumption, a profile over terpenes, cannabinoids, um, percentages, if that does matter to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finding something that helps with pain, if they're using it day use, night use. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess just like a holistic pharmacist in a way.
Right. Well, you're just a very caring soul.
Yeah.
So you've had some incredibly outlandish experiences, right? And
I've been through, yeah, the trial and errors of like
yeah,
taking this and this and this and this. Like, hopefully, yeah, some tips I can give to someone can help them find their little journey and start their journey into what helps them day to day.
yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. And then you mentioned, so you have kids.
Yes.
And how old are your kiddos?
16 and 14.
16 and 14. Okay. Mine are 12, or my 12 and 15 is where, so similar. How has this affected your conversation, or what is the drug talk like in your house?
We're a very open household. And when I got mentally sick and physically sick with pain and surgery, we're very open with them and sharing like the transition of my medication and how I was gonna like take medicine now and what it was gonna look like instead of what it was before.
Right.
Yes. So again, starting to show them like this is what edibles look like. If they have anything engraved in it, you don't
eat it.
Use medicine.
Yes.
And of course, all labels and just what it is, what it looks like, what packaging looks like, what the actual product looks like. And then anytime like they know like it's important that I have like some time in the morning to give myself time to like take my medicine before I just start my day or take a step out of my room.
Yeah.
So I mean it's nothing really like different, but they are aware of what cannabis is for sure.
Right.
What it looks like in all shapes and forms. There's like to the sodas.
Right.
You know?
All the conversations, like the sex talk, the drug talk, like how do you handle that? Alcohol is so very accessible. And in most homes, most people have, a liquor cabinet or they've got alcohol around and it's not a big deal. And they talk to their kids and that's a adult drink. And it's not a big deal. But for some reason, well, not for some reason, I mean, like cannabis is still trying to find its way to legality. And so I've just found that sometimes other parents can be a little judgy in terms of like, how can you have that around your kids? Well, because it's just a medicine. Like for you in your house, it's a medicine. And it's not for your kids. And they understand that and they
they
seem to be okay with it.
understand. Like, yeah, that's just mommy's medicine and that's what I use. I mean, they saw me use it, of course, to treat me and my mental health, and then saw me using it to treat my pain and physical health. And I mean, they have seen me recover, through it. So, I mean, it's definitely a go-to for them. I feel when they're older, if they are like, oh, I'm like in pain or something like, yeah, I don't know. And I've talked to them too and told them, if they are facing anything or feel like, they're dealing with some mental health stuff, but they're unsure what that is, talk to me. Or if you don't want to talk to me, talk to a close friend or someone. But I'd say
talk about it,
yeah,
right? Like that's the most, yeah, like all of it. So the whole
just talk about it.
Yeah, normalize all of it.
Yeah, and as they're older and as of age, if they'd like to consume, like that's fine. Of course, I'd be there to support them, and I know that they'd have the awareness of a mindful consumption and not abusing it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming in again. Is there anything else you wanted to share with us about work or anything else? Any other topics you wanted to touch on? Did I miss anything? Did I miss any businesses that you have that I don't know about?
Kush cards.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. Kush cards. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, Kush cards. So my friend Lauren Neely, she is the founder and creator of Kush cards. They're the first and original cannabis greeting cards.
Yeah.
You can find them in retail stores, smoke shops, either with a one hitter attached or just you can attach your own pre-roll, find your favorite dispo and attach it or roll your own. And we just call it a gift with a lift is the tagline.
I love it.
And yes, you're gifting your stoner bestie, your family. Yeah, Lauren and I, we met in 2019 at a Canna barbecue. And I remember meeting her. She had her cute little tote bag and her greeting card. Hey y'all, what I got.
Yeah.
Got a greeting card, the joint attached. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And, she was really growing also with herself, locating here to Denver from New York, which is where she's from. And at that time, needing help with orders because she is solely handmade.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Wow. So she stays busy for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got a call from her like, hey girl, if you have any free time, like, love to have you out at the Kush Cards headquarters and dive in and make some orders, And I'm like, oh, yeah, like, love to help her out. And I love just DIYing in general, crafting.
Yes.
Yeah, like to hang out with like the queen of papers, like, oh my gosh, like, I'll craft all day with you.
Yeah, that's so.
So yeah, it's kind of like where it started, 2019, 2020. And then, yeah, like fully helping with Kush cards in early 2021. She's just booming.
Well, and now it's cards. It's like all kinds of little gifts. Like,
yeah, a lot of stoner and stationery, accessories, greeting cards, gift wrap paper, tissue paper, gift bags, toker pokers, which are lighter cases. You could find all the designs from her greeting cards on those.
And she designs all of it.
Yeah, she designs it all. And she does have a sister store called Naughty Cards. Oh. So you could find some fun little puns over there. And the newest is the vibrator greeting card is the newest invention from her. That's girl always inventing something.
That's great.
Love it. Yes.
Well, and it's funny because that's actually how this conversation started. I was like, oh, you should come on the podcast and we'll talk about Kush cards and what you're doing there. But then the more that we've been talking, I was like, oh, but there's so much of. I mean, I think we should.
Hi, I'm Marissa from the Clear. Hi, I'm Marissa from Psychedelic Mood. Hi, I'm Marissa from Kush Cards. Hi, Marissa, I'm a bartender.
Which is why I keep introducing you. Like, you were an entrepreneur. Like, you were doing so many different things, and it's incredible. And I've had such a good time getting to know you. And I think we should we'll have you come back, and we'll do one with Lauren also, and we'll actually talk about Kush cards a little bit more and where her ideas come from. So.
Yes, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.